Brian Higgins back here and joined by Robert Welsh. And Robert found his way to the end zone last week against Wake Forest. Let's start on that, Robbie. You've been waiting more than a year for that touchdown. What was it like to finally get it?
It was a relief to actually get in the end zone. Last year against Penn State, came up a couple yards short. Kind of a similar play, but this time I just found a way in. I just really tried to run as fast as I could. A lot of the guys said I was moving pretty fast. So it was a great experience, and I was just happy that I got in.
You vowed after that Penn State one, if you ever had another chance, you were finishing it off.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody was busting my chops. I didn't get in. I was a couple yards away. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to jump over them, should have cut it back, whatever it was. So this time I said, whatever it takes to get in, I'm doing it. So luckily there wasn't as many people in front of me as Penn State, so I kind of had a clear path to get in.
All right, take me back to the play and what you saw. You're dropping back into coverage. What was your view from back there?
My view, I just had my eyes on the quarterback. I saw him look to my left, his right. Moved a little bit over that way because I figured that's where he was throwing the ball. I actually saw Dyson hit him. He crushed him. I didn't think the ball was going to come out, but when I saw it came out, I said, here we go. I grabbed it, and I saw green in my left, and I just ran right down the sideline.
Go figure, you weren't even the only defensive end in the game to score a touchdown. You and Mike have a little competition going now between you two?
Yeah, we always give little jabs at each other now, who's going to get the next one. But I was just really happy to see, because he's like a brother to me, Micah. We came in together, we're both fifth-year seniors, so it's nice to see him get rewarded also for all the hard work we put in.
I guess the real question is, which one of you guys is going to score on offense, since you, Micah, and Ron Thompson have been out there in these goal line sets?
Well, I'm going to have to go with myself because we keep running the plays to them to go in, and they're not working, so hopefully Coach will switch it up and throw the ball my way one time.
You might be the good luck charm now, right?
I hope so. Hope so.
All right, as we're here with Robert Welsh, it's Clemson this week. Before we get into that, I want to talk about your relationship with Coach Doust, which has been sort of fun to watch over the years. How would you describe your relationship with Coach?
It's actually funny you say that. Everybody says that we look alike, so they say we're kind of similar in attitude. So we kind of butt heads sometimes because we're so similar. But at the end of the day, I know that he just wants the best for me, and I really try to take everything he says to me and really build off it. Because Coach Doust, he wants us to be the best defensive line we can be no matter what. And I know that no matter whether he's yelling at me or if he's, pulling me to the side and really just talking to me, that he just really wants me to become a better player. So sometimes we butt heads and sometimes we get into it a little bit. But at the end of the day, he's a great guy, and I really appreciate everything he's done for me.
It would seem easy to watch you guys in practice and say, oh, those guys must hate each other. But then you may go at each other 1 second, right? But then 5 seconds later, you're high-fiving.
Exactly. I mean, we go at each other sometimes in practice, but it's kind of over right then and there. I say what I have to say. He says what he has to say. Maybe he'll make me run a couple of laps here and there during practice. But other than that, we're on a good page mostly all the time.
One guy I want to ask you about in your group is John Raymond, who I don't think anybody thought was going to play this year. How exciting was it for you guys to welcome him back to your group?
Great news that John was able to come back early. Like you said, I don't think anybody thought he was going to come back. We were just really happy to have him back because we didn't really have a lot of depth on the D-line. So that's just another big, strong body to clog the middle with Wayne Williams and Eric Kroom. So it was just great to have him back. We were all excited to have him back, and he's playing well.
Robert Welsh with us, and you're at Clemson this week. What do you expect this experience to be like of nighttime Death Valley and the Clemson Tigers?
It's going to be electrifying. I can't wait. Over 75,000 people, I heard. So we watched a video today of how rowdy it gets, and I think everybody's pumped up for it. We're just going to go in there and try to start this second half of the season 2-0. We're playing a great Clemson team. They play really well. Fundamentally, their offensive line is very big, physical, and good. So we're just going to try to go out there and play our caliber of defense and try to create turnovers, get stops, and get the ball back for the offense, and then maybe try to score a couple more times.
I'm sure we'd like to see you in the end zone again. I mean, they graduated a bunch of their weapons from last year when you look at Sammy Watkins and Taj Boyd, but they still got you pretty good last year. What did you learn from last year's game that you can take to this year?
We gave up a couple of big plays. We knew that there were some plays where it was more that we kind of gave them. Don't get me wrong, they were a good team last year, but there were some plays where we gave them. So we're just going to work on that, try to make them earn everything they get this year, and hopefully we'll come out with a W.